Good evening, this is Harry King and you're watching FM News. And today our guest will be talking about a technique called the design cycle, which is used in hard project preparation. Professor Ebert, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me with you tonight.
We all know that the design cycle technique is old. Can you explain to us what it is about?
The design cycle is a process that when followed you can succeed. It also makes hard technology projects like, if you use ACS logo, to make animations you can use the 5 stages of the design cycle, to make it much easier.
Could you tell us what the 5 stages of the design cycle are?
Sure, I'll say them individually. The first stage is the investigation stage. It means that you should know the problem that you are going to have to solve in a lot of detail. The idea of this stage is to have more than one option to choose from, but you also need to think about the materials and where to get them.
What kind of materials could we use?
Well, it depends on the project. Like if you make an iPad prototype, the materials you could use are non-magnetic metals and headphones and many other things.
And what's the next stage?
The next stage is the design and plan stage. Well, the idea of this stage is to have more than one option to choose from. And if you look back at your designs, you could choose which one solves the problem best.
Could you give us an example?
Well, if you want to make a complicated shape like a rotating square, you can write out a plan and draw some designs. But you also need to think about the materials and where to get them. And you also need to plan the tools you need. You even need to say how long your project will take.
Okay, what about the next stage?
Next is the create stage. In the create stage, you need to write a process journal. If you remember the steps, it will be easier.
Isn't also a good idea to keep a screenshot or an audio recording in case you have to do a part of your project again?
You are absolutely right. And that leads us to the final stage, which is the evaluation stage. The evaluation is when you write a paper about what you did, how you did it, and how well did you do on the project, and that's how we use the design cycle.
Thank you, Professor, for being with us. And thanks to our audience for watching us, and have a good night.